Well, yesterday the City Council conducted interviews with candidates who applied for the open Ward 2 seat, and after interviews and a review of applicants, they selected Taron Epps to fill that seat.
So Taron is a very familiar face here in the Lawton Fort Sill community. Upon retiring from the Army out of Fort Sill, he chose to stay right here in Lawton Fort Sill to raise his family. He did serve as the vice president of the Lawton Fort Sill Chamber of Commerce and been doing a number of things within the community. Taron, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience living here in Lawton?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm originally from Yonkers, New York. My wife and I, after concluding a 22-year career in the military, we decided to stay right here locally in Lawton, Oklahoma. We did that because my wife looked at me one day and she said, you know what, I want to just stay here. Oh, why do you want to do that? Yeah, she said, well, I think you can get involved in the community here. So that's been a desire of mine ever since.
Yeah, so you mentioned your community involvement. What motivated you to specifically apply for this Ward 2 council seat?
So it was just that, you know, I really found a home when I was at the Lawton Fort Sill Chamber of Commerce, and I got to get involved in a number of initiatives there. And then I transitioned over to CamGN, which is a software company doing business development. And once I got settled there, I said, well, how can I still maintain and get involved in the community? And the timing couldn't have been better. It just lined right up. So that's when we decided, because it was a mutual decision between my wife and I.
Sure, yeah. I know, definitely. So you've been super involved in the community, right? It's just, you know, doing all the activity that you did with the vice president of the Chamber of Commerce, some of the other volunteer activities, different boards that you've served on. Can you give us a little bit of insight of your priorities as you take the reins of the Ward 2 councilman?
You know, I thought about that very thing as I was looking at applying for the job. And I have a couple of things that I am interested in, but I really want to get out and start talking to some of the constituents within Ward 2. While I've served on some boards and done some things broadly across the community, I really want to get an understanding of what the citizens within Ward 2 proper, what are their primary concerns.
Have you heard much from them? What's been the reaction to you being selected last time?
So I'll tell you, the reaction's been predominantly positive. Nothing but love on social media, lots of encouragement. So far the response has been very well. And again, I'm a community-minded person. You know, I really want to get to know people. I really want to do whatever it is I can, and then wherever I come up short or we come up short, I want to be able to explain that and be able to have a conversation with individuals.
So the council right now, I mean, is a little bit in a period of transition in reality. You know, a couple open council seats already between Wards 1 and Wards 2. Then Wards 3, 4, and 5 are up for election. How do you envision yourself working with current seated council members and some of the future council members that may get elected here in September?
Sure. Well, hopefully we can find some continuity with some initiatives that are already going. Surely, if you're driving around Lawton, you've noticed a lot of the roads, the cones blocking off lanes, etc. Yeah. So double-edged sword. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, but you know that's a good sign of things that are happening, right? Municipal government, the primary thing in my mind is just the functionality of the city itself, right? And that's an indication that we're going in the right direction. So some continuity there with those initiatives, and certainly the Aquatic Center. I mean, that's a huge win for the community as a whole. So I look forward to providing some continuity in those initiatives and then having a discussion on, okay, where else can we find some traction? We know that there are still some other things that we would like to address. We're making some traction in parks. I'd like to get a better understanding of the overall plan for the parks, because certainly there are a couple in Ward 2 that I want to ensure are on the list to have some updating and modifications done too.
Yeah. We really appreciate you joining us this morning. And again, Taron will be officially sworn in September 9th at the council meeting. And we'll be right back with more news and weather right after this.